This was before the days of Google being in your pocket all the time, or by your bedstand whenever you wake up in the morning. Like, my mom bought the encyclopedia set and taught me how to look things up because I had so many questions. But sometimes there weren't answers. And my mother's response to that, I'm sure in her exasperation, and she probably wasn't serious, like she probably was like, stop asking me why dogs have tails. Like, it's just, I had to know, I would not forget. And my mom got to this point and she would say, you're just gonna have to ask God about that. And that was like my mom's final answer. Like, there's nothing else here, you cannot get any other information from me. And in my childhood, innocence, I would be like, God, why do dogs have tails? And I became very patient because, usually he wasn't like, because I thought it would be an interest, it works that way. And so, yeah, sometimes. And so I just grew up into this childhood of boldly asking questions and waiting. And then eventually, a lot of times I would come across these answers in documentaries or in a person I was chatting with in the grocery store, or in a magazine that I picked up in a waiting room, and I would find it and go, oh, I've been wondering about that. And I'd be like, thanks, God. Really. And so I am so thankful that in the most roundabout and innocent way, I was encouraged to ask questions even if they didn't have answers. And I feel like that has equipped me in a special way to explain to people who have no idea what they're doing in a very simple way, hey, you can do this, and you don't have to know exactly how everything works. You don't have to have all the answers, you don't have to be an expert, just do it. And what would happen if our children and the people who we were bringing up, our legacy, if they came to us with a burning and a desire to do something, if we said, you can do that. And if we didn't hang up on the logistics, well, that's gonna be really hard, honey, because as it is, you're gonna have all these obstacles, you're gonna have all this stuff. Why do we do that? I am so sorry if you have been discouraged in your dream. Can I just stand in, whoever it was that discouraged you in your dream? And can I just stand in place of that person right now and say, I'm sorry, I should have said that.
Without getting too personal, besides our homestead, well, even more than our homestead, our passion is being parents. And you don't have to be a parent for this to apply to you. If you just have young people in your life, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, I don't care, just kids on your street, whatever. It's not a secret. He wouldn't mind for me telling you, I don't think, would you? Or said it. He didn't have a super strong father figure, but he is a wonderful father to our kids. I mean, he's an awesome dad. And that's just a decision. And if you choose to step out and start growing your own food or whatever it is, be different than normal. I don't care what it is. Raise your kids differently, whatever. That's what one of our things is. We want our teenagers, we started seeing other people's teenagers that were living a little bit differently than what was quote unquote normal. And we're like, they're nice and they like their parents and their parents like them. This is weird because we didn't grow up like that. Like, teenagers are just kind of go through a rebellious stage. You don't like your parents and they don't really like you, and it's just a hard time. And it's like, well, things can really be different. And so we just started really investing in our kids and thought, if what the world is offering out there is normal, I don't want any part of it. I mean, I'm good with that normal. Weird is like the new normal. So I'm good with our kids being normal. If kindness, they love sitting around talking to older people. They love little kids that are nowhere near their age. And so you can leave a legacy of kindness, but it has to be intentional. This day and time, kindness is not natural. Selfishness is natural. So pour into all those kids around you and just show them that, you know what, you can like your parents. That's okay. And they can like hanging out with you. But that's all I got.
parents to talk about their kids, and you know, you might be a little biased, but honestly, I'll give you the truth, like, they're not. Knowing Lane and Emily, like, honestly, as far as teenagers, like, and I've worked in youth as a youth pastor before, like, they really are exceptional. And I know that Lane and Emily have their own choices to make, but that really is a testament to you guys and what the decisions you've made in them. And honestly, it really does inspire us to do better and to go further with our own kids, because you guys really set the bar really high. Like, Lane and Emily really are exceptional kids, and they really have ingrained in them a legacy of what you guys are doing. And so it will carry off and it will multiply. So thank you for that. Thank you for
and just be patient with yourself. Don't plant 3 acres worth of a garden when you're going to be 9 months pregnant at harvest time. So.
And honestly, that is good advice. That's honestly one of our staple advices for anybody, not just for new families starting, whatever stage you're at. Like, slow down. Like, being isolated and feeling like you're alone, and then there's all these options. You've got chickens, which is the gateway drug to goats, and pigs, and then you want bees, and then you want a 5-acre garden, and then you want 500 greenhouses, and all this stuff. The thing is, like, it feels so overwhelming, because, like, how are you going to get there, right? Like, where do you even start? And then you get overwhelmed. And I'm telling you right now, we've had so many people come up to us and be like, I was burnt out. I got burnt out, I tried to do too much, I tried to do it, and I just got tired of it. And they said, but I watched one of your videos, and it re-inspired me, and I'm coming back at it with a different mindset of, you know, it's a process. I mean, God loves process. We hate process, right? So this is this give and take between us, where it's like, God, I really want to become a millionaire, okay? And the thing is, like, you will not become a millionaire until you stop spending and saving and investing. And it's like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to, you know what I'm saying? We want to win the lottery. And it's like, God's purpose is, I'm not saying the lottery, you know what I'm saying? If you win the lottery, like, congratulations, I'm proud of you. Like, most of us are not. Yeah, my P.O. box number, if you want to send a blessing, it's on the video. What I'm saying, though, is that God loves the process of stewardship and then the greater, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a process in homesteading. You know, you don't need 120 chickens. I've had 120 chickens. I will tell you, Jake from White House on the Hill will tell you, that's too many chickens. Especially if you're starting out. Just get 20 chickens. That's really way more than you need. And that way it'll fulfill all your needs. And then start with a small garden. Learn to do it well. Then expand. You know, start with 1 cow, unless you're them, and then get 180. You know, I'm just saying, it's like, it's okay. We're 5 years in, we're just now starting to use our 5 acres fully. Like, for the first 2.5 years, man, we were doing everything on like 2 acres. And it was still overwhelming. Like, now, as we've slowed down and we've added things properly, basically, since I told Jessica you're not allowed to bring animals home anymore, I'm the one that's responsible for the yes or no on animals. Like, honestly, things... Yeah, that was a special circumstance. That rabbit needed a home. But what I'm saying though is, like, but being able to literally, like, take a step back and say, okay, like, I would love, like, right now we would love to have cattle like they do, but I'm not there yet. I don't have the land, I don't have the knowledge, and honestly, I'm still learning how to do alpacas. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure out how to shear alpacas. Why? I don't know, because I love this beautiful woman. You know, I've got to now learn how to garden, because I don't know how to garden. I'm honestly, like, sitting out here with you guys, I'm like, teach me. But I'm saying, like, it's slow down. You're gonna get there, okay? I don't know, I just keep on saying, slow down. Because if someone would have just told me 5 years ago, it's okay, in 5 years, this is where you'll be, but slow down, I would have just been like, oh wow, this is way not as stressful as it seems.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Oh, wait. So please, I said this every single time, I'm telling you, there's somebody here who's going to be like, oh no, I can't, it'll be imposing. We're going to go outside so the next speaker can come. All right, so everyone, if you want to hang out with us and talk with us, please, come talk to us. That's what we're here for.
Hill.
What's up?
We've just been hanging out, chatting, had a great time with them. What have y'all thought of it? Have y'all been to California before?
We came one other time.
Yeah.
It's our first time to the Heirloom Expo. We didn't know what to expect. We were asked to come out and speak, which was nerve-wracking because we have never spoken in public before. This is this YouTube thing. You just talk to a camera at home in front of just by yourself. So it was totally crazy, but we loved it. We got a lot of positive feedback, and it was a lot of fun just getting to interact with the community. What did you think of speaking and then this event?
Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, but we made it through. I think it was a good talk. So.
Yeah.
This whole environment is awesome. We've been to the one in Missouri, and it's a little bit different. I mean, it's way, I don't know, it's bigger. It's just a different atmosphere here, and it's really cool.
Similar to the Homesteaders of America, like these are our kind of people. These are people that want to garden, that want to grow food, that want to be self-sustainable, that want to eat healthier, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah. Y'all were like the first ones of the YouTube group to speak, and so I thought y'all did awesome, really good. The crowd got really into it, and I don't know about y'all, but I thought it was cool how all of us live all over the country, but we just kind of moved as a group this week, went to everyone's talks and really supported each other. I thought that's been awesome.
That has been fun, yeah.
It's been so much fun because besides hanging out here and supporting each other with our talks, we've just been together the whole time, hanging out, and a lot of people have been impressed that even though we don't see each other or hang out that much, that we're all friends, and so they're kind of blown away that we are all connected as a YouTube community.
Right. YouTube is not a competition. It's like we're all in the same, we're all doing the same thing. So
when somebody grows, we can all help each other grow, and that's the beauty of it.
Yes. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with us, for spending a few minutes with us, and we really appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Really enjoyed your kids. They have great, super sweet little boys. So I'd say go check them out, but I know y'all already are.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. All right, so we caught up with Murray McMurray Hatchery, and we're standing here visiting. I was going to ask him a couple questions that I thought y'all might want to know. Where are y'all located? Where's your hatchery at?
We're in Iowa. We're in Webster City, Iowa.
Okay.
Smack dab in the middle of the country.
So what's your best-selling meat bird? Because a lot of homesteaders are into raising meat birds.
Far and away, it's the Cornish cross, the
Right.
Cornish rocks. That's the industry standard.
Yes.
It's really tough to beat.
Right. Well, what about, do you know what your best egg-laying breed is?
So yeah, the best egg laying
or best selling
are Red Star.
Okay.
They're super dark, nice brown egg. And they're gonna lay. They're gonna lay at 16, 17 weeks old, and they're just gonna lay really consistently.
Right. Okay. Well, what all do y'all sell? You don't have to name them all, but what all do you sell besides chickens?
So yeah, chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, quail, pheasants, guineas. We got a great selection of guinea colors. They come in a lot of fun colors too. Swans.
Did you say peacocks?
There are peacocks.
I thought I saw them in this book. I was like, wow, that's cool.
So you can get pea chicks, and they're going to kind of come in an assortment.
Right.
So they're not just blue. There's pied and some other options.
Okay.
So that's.
Awesome.
They are fun.
Okay. Well, y'all check them out. I guess you ship everywhere.
Anywhere. I'll get them to you.
Yeah.
So.
Go check them out. Go to their website. Order you some chicks.
Okay, so this is, we're going to talk, they put us together here today to talk about growing food for health.
Yes!
A couple California families who left to North Carolina, and now we're back again talking about our journey.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Jason.
I'm Lorraine.
And we have the Sow the Land YouTube channel. And I was diagnosed with cancer. And I had Hodgkin's lymphoma. I did 6 months of chemo. That was it. You know, they told me that was the good kind of cancer. And I remember like the last oncologist appointment that I had where she said, you know, you're cancer free. You know, you're in remission, no more cancer, no more chemo. And I remember the first thing I said to her was, you know, okay, what now? Is there some kind of protocol? Is there some kind of nutrition plan I should follow? Is there, do I need to be taking pills now? I mean, I don't know. I figured there's something. And she just like I felt like no one had asked her that before. It was like she was a surprised look in her face, and she just said, well, just go back doing what you're normally doing.
Okay, so we are then in May. We also have a YouTube channel.
So, this is a heavy subject for me. This is something that I just recently have told even my parents.